Yo, you want to debate? Yeah. What's the topic? Give me your defense and your logic. We can talk the Warriors or the Rockets, but if it's LeBron's the GOAT, stop it. Stop. Tune in every week and catch us on the podcast, but don't get mad at me if I tell you that your squad's trash. We hitting everything hard from these fighters that just got smashed. The players getting waived who came up and who just got cash. We talking firings, hiring streaks by Ironman. Whose team's acquiring, who's done and who's retiring. Who you're admiring, players you find inspiring. College athletes aspiring and contracts that's inspiring. What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back to the podcast, the Playmaker's Lounge Podcast. I am your host, something, hit the keys. Here today with my co-host. We got my guy, Ricky. Say what up to the people, Ricky.
What up, people?
Enthusiasm, I love it. We also
ain't give a single fuck about that one. Boy.
Right, not even uno. We also got my guy, hi to the Jack Gaiman. Say what up to the people. Hi, Jack.
What up, dog? I'm everywhere. I'm all over this motherfucker. I'm
all over
the place.
All over. Just throwing pillows around. In there having a pillow fight with himself.
New pillows.
Young pillow in the house, in the building. Well, we're back with you guys today. We got some hot topics that we're just going to kind of steamroll off the top. Again, we're going with this new format where we're just trying to give you guys some, our raw emotions on these things, not giving you guys too much research, just what we know, what we've been seeing. So I'm going to start off the podcast today with the stiff arm heard around the world. Legend has it. Josh Norman is still in the air trying to get his feeding as we speak. What y'all think about that stiff arm yesterday?
Josh Norman I've ever seen a man fly like that before.
Right.
That was crazy. I really don't.
Josh Norman went from like a number one cornerback in the league to the laughing stock of the world right now. It's crazy.
That man got yeeted.
Yeah, he straight got yeeted.
I mean, he went for a whole why are you even trying to tackle Derrick Henry that high?
That high, right. Right. Yo. You remember that question that we had a few months ago on who do you think it'd be easier to tackle, Derrick Henry or Lamar Jackson? That right there is the reason why I pick Lamar Jackson. Because there is no way my skinny ass could tackle Derrick Henry if he made Josh Norman look like that.
You have to get low.
I'm gonna go find that. I'm gonna repost
you
that.
You have to get low. You got to get low. He was way too high.
Yo,
Derrick Henry runs high.
Right.
He runs high. So if you try to tackle Derrick Henry, you better tackle his feet. Like, you better get low as possible because you're not gonna get up here with Derrick Henry. It's crazy. That dude is
man.
That's crazy.
Go ahead and let Lamar shake me, bro.
I'm
right,
cool.
Right. Break my ankle.
Go ahead and let Lamar shake me, bro.
I'd rather have
I know he ain't going up one direction. In open field, I know you on one direction. I can dive at his feet and just hope for the best. Lamar, you're not gonna touch him.
I could dive at Lamar's feet and hope for the best. If I dive at Derrick Henry, I might end up looking like Josh Norman. I got kids out here. You know what I'm saying? like I can't be having that highlight. Right. I can't be having that highlight out there forever.
I'm still going for Derrick Henry. As long as he don't got no full set.
People get crossed up. People get crossed up and juked out of their shoes every day. People don't get stiff arm like that every day. That's gonna be a highlight reel for the rest of his career. Every time you see a highlight reel with Derrick Henry, that's going to be on there for the rest of his life.
That's going to be on his Hall of Fame. That's going to be on his Hall of Fame.
Right. If he ever gets a statue in Tennessee, it's going to be a picture of him and Josh Norman's body in the air.
Foot up and everything.
Right.
It's like he picked him up and just did that.
Yo, Josh Norman. He was in the air, and he still looked like he was trying to tackle him as he was in the air. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, that was one of the most brutal stiff arms I've ever seen in my life. That was more brutal than the one that he had on that 99-yard run. Remember when he stiff armed dude?
Yeah, that was like a backwards though. Like, get off me, like.
Right.
But he just threw Josh Norman. It wasn't no. He just pushed the other dude down. Get off me.
And wasn't Josh Norman trying to fight with one of the offensive linemen on Tennessee last year?
And Josh, I don't know. I lost all contact with Josh Norman after his first year in Washington.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about because he did the arrow.
Yeah. You remember that?
That was a couple of years ago, but
I thought that was last year.
Yeah, I don't know.
It had to be. It had to be.
He didn't even really play last year.
Yeah, it was last year because we played. Our division played the AFC South last year, didn't we? Oh no, that was the year before.
Yeah, it was a couple of years.
That was the year before.
A couple of years ago.
Well, regardless.
Well, I remember because that's when
we played the East. We played the East last year. We played the East last year,
and he was doing the arrow all the time, and then Taylor Lewan did the arrow after they beat us.
Right. So if he
wanted to try to get big, went knowing damn well nobody cares. I'm about to do that poll because I can't find it, so I'm just gonna redo it.
yo, if he didn't want that smoke with Derrick Henry, what do you think? How do you think he wanted that smoke with that big old offensive lineman?
Hey, that's the difference. You take them helmets off. This thing right here ain't got no muscle.
Yo,
get hit. Yeah. You don't get the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
But I mean, he did want smoke with Derrick Henry. He just,
I mean, he did his job.
Got yeeted, man.
Yeah, he did his job. He tried to tackle that motherfucker. You did what you supposed to try to do. He's not the only one that failed to tackle him. This is gonna be
just in that fashion.
But y'all small though. That was my whole argument before because both of y'all is skinny like Josh. So y'all gonna end up like that.
It's gonna be worse with me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right? You extra small. You right. You're not even a medium. Like you extra small, bro. Like he gonna tuck you all the way into the.
Yo, you're not gonna just be disrespecting me over here on the podcast and calling me extra small. I'm skinny, my G. You know what I'm saying? like I'm not like 5'2", 95 pounds. You know what I'm saying?
You said 5'2", 95 pounds. That's what I heard.
Yeah. Oh, you got jokes today. I see. I got you.
Hey, man, y'all woke me up, man.
Yeah. You should have woke up earlier.
No.
But let's talk about. I guess since we're on that note, let's talk about your boy acting like a little old snitnich and calling in sick to work and then unfollowing. Yo, tell that nigga to shut up.
Told you.
Got excited, bro. He was like, yo, people getting roasted.
I told you.
Let's talk about your boy, Dwayne Haskins, calling in sick to work. And then unfollowing the team, Kyle Allen, and the coach.
Salty, man. So I ain't got words for it, man. I'm just like, come on now. Like, that shit just took a left turn. And then Rivera, like, well, we're still trying to develop him, but we're also trying to win now. Like, he about to be off the team, bro. Like, let's just keep it honest. Keep it a buck. Like, you about to get rid of him. The thing is, I don't even know if you're going to have a high enough draft pick to get another quarterback, but I mean, this shit don't make sense. And you shuffle, now you put Kyle Allen in, and you take him out, and you put in Alex Smith, which is a great story. But like, what the fuck are y'all doing? You know?
Why did they take Kyle Allen out? I didn't know if he got hurt or if they just took him out. I didn't watch the game.
I haven't seen either.
I think just saw that. Put Alex Smith in just to put him in. I believe that new coach. I believe Ron Rivera. He just wants somebody else. He ain't want Dwayne Haskins, and I don't think Kyle Allen is going to be it for him. He was losing in Carolina with him, so I think he's about to just dump everything if he can even survive. I mean, go through. I mean, you're going through it and stuff. So
that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm like, what we're doing as an organization makes no fucking sense at all. You know, I'm like, none of this shit makes sense. I'm like, I'm like, fuck, Dwayne got 10 games? Like, come on.
Right. He needs more time.
Gave him 10 games and was like, and he was already young. Like, he only played 1 year in college. So it's like, you knew that you had somebody that needed to be developed and he wasn't playing terrible. Granted, like,
but that wasn't his man, though. You know how coaches are. That wasn't his man. That's not who he. I guarantee he gonna go and find.
But when he went there, he said, I wanted a chance to work with these young guys. Like, okay, well, work with them. And he even said when he inactivated him, he was like, I still want to work with him. He's like, I'm also trying to win. And it's like, bro, like Dwayne wasn't the reason why we losing. For one, we need a lot of things, so
A lot.
All right.
It's like everybody knew that. Should have known that coming in. We only got one damn receiver to throw to. Like we need a lot of things.
You guys had to get
Terry.
You had to get rid of your you had to get rid of your running back, and then you got rid of Adrian Peterson too. So it's like the running game.
Nice. He
Gibson been playing
right. Gibson been playing all right, but he's been doing more so catching. Because he only ran for like 60-something yards or something last week or whatever. So your run game
was y'all mistake. Then y'all draft guys in like first, second round.
Second round.
Right.
I get it though. Like we not gonna take no bullshit, domestic violence and shit. Like I get that.
Oh, y'all can't take anything. Y'all can't take anything. Y'all coming off that logo. Y'all can't take shit. Y'all got to be on y'all's best behavior over there in Washington. Yo,
man. Y'all ain't got a name right now. Y'all better hush.
Right. Y'all can't say shit. So, I mean, I get that. I'm not knocking them for getting rid of guys, so I don't want to make it sound like that. I'm just saying.
But I'm just saying, like, it was a pick. That was just a pick that they had, like, first, second round pick that's
right.
just gone.
And then they get rid of Peterson. Gibson can be nice, but without a line, without no other running backs, no wide receiver, no tight end, all you got is McLaren. You can't really blame, like you said, you can't blame Haskins. So, but like I said last week, I'm glad that you guys are the team that drafted him because that turmoil right now in Washington is making me smile, especially in the time when my quarterback Dak broke his ankle.
Yo, that shit looked nasty, bro. That shit was like,
I was in straight shock.
Right.
I was stuck looking at oh man, I could not believe this, man.
That one hurt, man. That one hurt. And then Dak is such a G. You see him trying to snap that shit back into place on the sideline?
Yeah.
Like he thought he was gonna get up and get back in the game and play.
Motherfucker gonna stomp his foot like nigga. That's not going back in.
Right.
That's on the outside.
Right, bro. Yo.
That's not how that works, man.
Might as well call that a season.
Damn.
All right, that one hurts. Makes the pickup of the red rifle look, I guess, looks sweet.
Those
now.
two passes to Gallup, them might be the two best passes of the doggone season already, boy.
And the passes weren't even that great. It was the catches by Gallup. That last catch by Gallup was phenomenal. That was all him. The pass wasn't even a great pass. It was a great catch.
That shit just had a whole lot of air in it, and it made it down there and gave him time to high point it. I don't know how the hell he high pointed it from the back, like how he was doing it from here. That was crazy, but it was amazing.
It's sad. And what sucks is like the Cowboys are still going to make the playoffs because Andy Dalton's still a solid quarterback, and he's still, Andy Dalton went to
All-Star, Pro Bowler, so
right. He's one of the playoffs with the Bengals, so it's not like, there's a little fall off. But it's not like, Andy Dalton's some bum. He should have been a starter.
It's gonna go from 35 to 40 passes. He's gonna touch the ball at least 25. 30 times a game.
Right. I could see there still being games though when Dalton throws the ball 35 times just because we have so many receivers. We have all these weapons, and it's not like he's trash. Let's say our line. Yeah, but that's when it's going to make it hard for Zeke too to run. We don't have a line. Our line is just Tyron Smith is out for the year. Lyle Collins is out for the year. Yeah,
Tyron. He retired.
Our line is terrible. Looney hurt too. So it's like you got all these linemen that are just hurt. Dallas has got so many weapons, but nobody to protect the quarterback. That's a damn shame. And Dak didn't even get hurt on a sack. He got hurt scrambling. That's what hurts the most. It's like our line is so trash, and he didn't even get hurt because he got sacked. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't scrambling. That was a design run, though.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean, though.
But it's still fucked up. Like that hurt. So what you think about this contract though? Let's talk contract.
Yeah, that hurts too.
Yeah, that was what I thought of. I was like, that's why you try to get your money. That's exactly why you try to get your money.
I think if I'm Dallas, I'm still gonna pay him. Because they'll probably still at least franchise him next year. I don't think that his career's over. You know what I'm saying? No. He just got injured this year.
Do you think he want to play on another franchise tag, seeing what happened to him? You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
I see what the fuck just happened to me.
Nah, but you got to think too. he's not going to turn down $35 million on a franchise tag.
Nah, that's 38.
Yeah, I mean, he's still getting paid.
Right. He's he's still getting paid $27 million this year. And I know he got injured, and I get that people are like, well, what about the future and what happens if he gets injured again? So okay,
he got 31.
Yeah, well, however how much he got, I didn't remember if it was between 27 or 31. I guess it went up when all the contracts were finally signed, but at one point it was 27. But okay, 31 million. But next year he's not going to turn down between 35 to 38 million to play. You'd be dumb. You know what I'm saying?
But at the same time, with that being said, all the things that we need on our team, we need an entire offensive line right now.
Right.
So what if, say for instance, Andy Dalton just starts playing ball with his team?
Andy Dalton's older than Dak, and
that don't mean nothing though.
And after
I'm
this
talking
year,
about for the team.
And after this year, Andy Dalton's contract, they're gonna have to pay him between $25 to $30 million.
No, they're not.
If he goes off, Dak's like 25, 26. Andy Dalton's like what, 31, 32?
I'm not worried about it. Yeah, Dalton is just an insurance policy.
Right.
I mean, even right now, you should be like, thank God we got Dalton.
We need more things. And if he can hold up with what we got now, because we have the weapons.
Right.
We got no offense. So if they decide now we just gonna not pay Dak or whatever and keep that money and build.
Yeah, but here's the thing though, how are they going to build? Because if Andy Dalton has a decent year, they're going to have to pay Andy Dalton between at least 25 to 30 million. Think about Nick Foles. I think Andy Dalton's better than Nick Foles. Nick Foles is getting paid 25, 30 million right now. After he came back,
Andy Dalton's better than Nick Foles.
Nah, I disagree with that.
If not, they're about the same league.
That's close. Yeah,
they're about the same. They're about the same.
Realm.
I like Andy Dalton. Like, I just don't think that you would get the consensus on that. But I do like Andy Dalton. I just don't think the people would rock with you for that. The first thing, Nick Foles got a Super Bowl.
You're right. But they're about like I said, they're about the same level. One might be like the 16th best quarterback. One might be the 17th best quarterback in the league. Right there.
What I'm saying is for the Dallas Cowboys, it's possible that Jerry Jones says no, and he start building around what he already has.
Right, but I can't stress. And I get what you're saying, but not pay Dak.
And then if they paid.
To not pay Dak like $38 million.
That whole.
No, what I'm saying is if they're not going to pay Dak whatever 35, 38 million or whatever, they're still going to have to pay Andy Dalton 25 to 30 million dollars. So it wouldn't make sense to pay Andy Dalton $30 million dollars. And yeah, I mean, if he has a good season, and takes Dallas to the playoffs, they're going to have to pay him something like that.
If he has a good season, he's going to be looking for another team though.
I don't think they'll pay him that much, but with that being said, that 38 million that get is like 20% of the salary cap. They try to keep
the salary cap's going up though.
They try to keep that for one player. It's like 14%.
Right, but the salary cap goes up next year with the CBA. So that's why.
It's going. Everything's going down because the TV ratings and all that stuff. Everything's going down next year, bro.
No, the CBA it's gonna go up again next year. It goes up every year.
I'm telling you.
But either way, I'm like, if Dalton balls out like that, like he gonna be looking for another team. He gonna look for a starting gig. You know what I mean? He's gonna be in Washington if he ball out like that. Right. Like, if he come out and have that good of a season, he gonna be in Washington balling out for us.
Right.
While we figure out who to draft. You know what I mean? That
start losing, get Trevor Lawrence or either
Well, we're not going to be losing that much. You know what I'm saying? Like Trevor Lawrence.
I ain't talking about us.
Oh yeah.
He was talking about us over here.
Yeah, y'all should be trying to tank for Trevor Lawrence. Y'all should definitely be trying to tank for Trevor Lawrence.
They don't know what they want to do. That's what makes it annoying, bro. Like, it's like shit. You talk about you want to win, and then you want to put Kyle Allen in, and all this. It's fucking stupid asses, man. Can they just call me? Can we tell somebody in the front office to call me and let me manage the team for like 3 months and just let me see what I can do? Like shit.
What you think about Le'Veon Bell getting cut?
Bruh, that shit came out of nowhere.
Right. That killed two of my fantasy football teams. I'm like done dealing I'm all the way done. All my running backs are done.
I was on stream. Like I'm sitting here. I think I was playing Madden, and then fucking phone goes off. It's like Le'Veon Bell has been released. Like the fuck?
Right.
Just randomly on a Monday or on a Tuesday in the middle of a game. Like damn, son.
Like Adam Gase. They need to just get rid of Adam Gase.
Adam Gase is so fucking.
How
trash,
are you getting rid of players? You have a terrible coach, and you're willing to side with the coach and not keep your best two players. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way.
They got rid of the best two, man.
The best two players. One got released and one got traded to Seattle. So it's like how you trade Jamal Adams and how you just released Le'Veon Bell.
They're gonna trade what you call it in the season because they going for that. They going for Trevor Lawrence. That's what they doing. They tanking for Trevor.
Yeah, well, yeah, they got Sam Darnold out again.
Yeah, they finna trade Sam Darnold. He might be.
You think he's really hurt like that?
He
Honestly,
might be
like you think he's really hurt, or you think they just like, nah, we just gonna sit on.
All right, he
But see, that's another thing.
But update just to prove CJ was wrong again. The NFL and the NFPA reached an agreement, and the salary cap will floor of $175 million. The revenue loss will spread out the next 3 years. If revenues are better than expected, the salary cap could be higher in 2021. This year's salary cap is 198.2, so it's dropping like the fuck I said.
They ain't gonna drop the salary cap. Watch. Well, because they've already signed all the deals with the advertisers and all that other stuff. So I get that people can't go to the stadiums, but they've already signed the TV contracts. They signed that before the CBA was finalized. I don't know where you're reading that from. But the salary cap was already finalized and all that other stuff. So like they're not going to be able to.
Sports. That's a fucking credible source there, buddy.
You know we're about to fact check
Sports.
CBS Sports out here.
We're about to fact check
my spill on Le'Veon. Yeah. Oh, my spill. I wanted to get my spill on Le'Veon. I was talking to my statistician. Thanks.
Oh, the statistician out here. Oh, they're bringing out all the tricks and tips out.
But Le'Veon Bell, I think it's over for him. I don't think he is what he used to be in Pittsburgh. It's just. I mean, he hasn't done anything since he left Pittsburgh for real. He's not the same. He's not the same guy that he was in Pittsburgh. He's older. He's a running back. I think his wheels are done. So, obviously he's not. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing in the locker room, but it seems like he's not getting along with his teammates too well. So I don't know who's going to pick him up, but there's rumors that Pittsburgh looking at him again, or he could be going back to Pittsburgh
looking at him again. Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing. It's like, where would he go?
The salary cap floor is basically the lowest that the salary cap can be. So that's what that is saying. It's saying at the 170 whatever.
I didn't say nothing about no salary cap floor, bro.
That's what it says right here. I'm reading the same CBS article that you read. The same. You see CBS, what you were reading? It says verbatim. Yo.
He was like, hold up, I'm going straight.
Yo, the NFL and the NFLPA reached an agreement last week where the 2020 salary cap will have a floor. So the floor is the lowest amount of money a team can spend on their roster. So that's not the cap. That's the floor for the salary cap.
Well, you're not listening, bro. I'm telling you, the thing has dropped. Like how you see how it says it will remain 198.2 for this year.
That's this year.
Same thing. That's mean it's 170, whatever it is, next year. That's what it is.
No, that's the cap.
You can try to analyze and try to use words and try
because words have meaning. Words have meaning.
I like words.
Words have meaning. The 198 is the cap. So that's the cap as what it's capped at. That's not the floor. A floor and the top and the cap aren't the same thing. A floor is the bottom. So like, you know how when you're looking at your salary cap, here's your floor, here's your ceiling for your salary cap. A floor means that a team can't spend, they have to spend at least 170 on a roster. Like you can't you know what I'm saying? You can't just like spend 100 million on a roster and field this shitty team. The reason that you have a floor is so that your team has to pay players and that it has to be competitive wages. Would you agree or disagree with me, Jay?
Oh yeah, no, that's what it is. I was waiting for his rebuttal. I know the difference, man.
He's gonna be reading all day.
No, I'm not. I'm just gonna find an article that's gonna say directly to your dumb ass.
I mean,
that's it. It's dropping next year. I'm telling you, it is.
You gonna learn today, man. The reason
I'm gonna find that, and then
the reason that they're not gonna be able to drop it is because the players have to sign off on it. Like the NFLPA would have to sign off on it because they've already reached an agreement on a CBA. So they've already got contracts signed. Like Patrick Mahomes' contract is set based off of the guidelines that they set for the raising of the salary cap. So they can't just go back and be like, oh, we're going to drop the salary cap $40 million when contracts are already signed that are affected because of the new CBA. So they're not going to just be able to they're not going to be able to just drop the salary cap $30 million. Can't do that. Would you agree or disagree with me on that one, Jay?
Yeah, you can't. Well, yeah, nobody wants less money, bro.
right.
Like,
The players aren't signing off on that shit. They don't give a fuck about how much money the owners make. Fuck that shit.
You said $5 less? Nope.
Fuck that.
Nope.
Right. Not gonna be able to do it.
$5, $10 less? Can't do that. I'm not here for that.
Right. All right. So the next topic is an absolute heater. An absolute.
I'm gonna send y'all this in the chat. Just read it there.
So the next topic I got for you guys is an absolute heater. In the spirit of my man LeBron James beating my other man Yimmy in the finals, today in the group we had a super heated discussion about the legacy of Tom Brady versus the legacy of LeBron James. And so with that being said, who do you guys think right now has a better legacy? LeBron James or Tom Brady?
That's not the same. So that's not the same discussion.
Break it down, Ricky. Break it down.
Discussion in the chat was who was the most dominant in their sport, LeBron James or Tom Brady. That was the discussion.
And who do you think is more dominant in their sport? I'm gonna let Ricky lead this off since this topic circles all around him. And whatever that other dude's name was, they was going hard.
You gotta join the group.
I say LeBron
Link in the description.
has dominated the NBA way more than what you can say Tom Brady. You can't say Tom Brady dominated NFL. You can't really say he dominated NFL. The Patriots did. I mean, because when you ask anybody, they're gonna say it was Bill that did it, and you ask some people it was Tom that did it.
Anybody who said, I'm not trying to cut you. I just want to make this one point real quick, and I'll give the floor right back to you. I'm looking directly at you guys, America. Anybody who says that Bill Belichick did it is a fucking idiot. Bill Belichick played a part, but Bill Belichick didn't throw one pass.
That's the point, though. That's the point. That's the point.
Well, I'm saying he didn't throw one pass. He didn't have one fourth quarter comeback. He wasn't on the field doing none of that shit. So you have to give Tom Brady his props because he's the one who made all those throws. I'm not saying Bill Belichick's not a GOAT. Sorry, back to you, Ricky. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm glad you said that. I didn't say that Tom Brady did it on his own or Bill Belichick, but I'm just saying that's the argument that people are gonna give you when you have that. When you say anything about the NBA, LeBron James has been the NBA since he came into the league in 2003. Like, he's been to the fucking finals 10 years out of 17. Like, only time he didn't, he was hurt last year. That's why he didn't go. He did it.
Well, he wasn't going last year anyway. He wasn't going last year.
Eastern Conference, and then he came to the Western Conference. I mean, he ain't really much to say about it. Like, Tom Brady did it, but he couldn't do it completely by himself. Tom Brady's first Super Bowl, he had 165 fucking yards. So that's Super Bowl winning quarterback.
That was his rookie year, though. LeBron didn't make the playoffs his rookie year.
He didn't do it. He didn't do it by himself. I
mean, if you're gonna, I'm not saying that Tom Brady did it by himself. I'm not even saying maybe I think that. I'll get to my
LeBron did all that shit.
But what I'm saying is, you can't be like, well, Tom Brady only had 100 yards passing in the Super Bowl. Dude was his first season starting. LeBron didn't make the playoffs his first season starting. So if you're going to compare season by season, it's a different thing.
Did you think it was because of Tom Brady they made the playoffs, or was it because of that fucking killer defense that Bill Belichick?
Drew Bledsoe was in there, and Drew Bledsoe had been in the Super Bowl before, and he was trash. So Tom Brady had something to do with it. Super Bowl. Tom Brady had something to do with it.
He managed the game perfectly. I didn't say he didn't. Right. I didn't say that, but he wasn't the reason they won it.
but he,
like that defense back then, and Bill Belichick defense have been incredible. The most of tenure of Tom Brady. When Tom Brady, that offense was crazy like that, though this one the defense was not that good.
okay,
That's when Tom Brady had.
I get that, but you can't hold the Super Bowl from Tom Brady's first year starting against him and be like, well, he only did this when LeBron didn't even make the playoffs his first year.
Bro, he went to fucking Cleveland as a fucking draft pick, like the number one pick in the fucking league at 19 years old, man.
I mean,
what you want this dude to do? He went to Cleveland.
I get what you're saying.
Get the GOAT of all the time.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, and I'm not disagreeing that LeBron didn't make this huge impact and do all this stuff. But what I'm saying is, you can't hold Tom Brady's Super Bowl performance against him his first year starting, and then overlook LeBron not making the playoffs. Like you can't hold this high achievement against him,
bro.
Because in both their first years, Tom Brady led his team to a Super Bowl. LeBron James didn't make the playoffs, so you can't hold him not having this.
Who has been the most dominant?
But then you brought up his first Super Bowl.
That's the question, bro. Who's the most dominant?
LeBron
James came into a Cleveland Cavaliers team in year 3.
I get that.
He was in the fucking Super Bowl finals.
I think it was year 4 or 5.
3 or 4, whatever, my G.
But what I'm saying is, you brought up Tom Brady's first Super Bowl, so I was responding to that. So all my commentary is to what you had brought up.
That's what I'm saying. He's not. That's what I'm saying. Like he wasn't the only. He didn't dominate. It wasn't him that's being dominant in that situation. That team that he had, that defense, won that Super Bowl, man. Like he didn't dominate that. He didn't do anything to win that.
Well.
He was in a good. He was a Draymond Green. He was in a good situation.
No. Cause they didn't have.
He put the ball
out here.
Okay, so who was his wide receivers when he was a rookie?
Bro, I cannot remember back then. I'm not.
Who was his running backs when he was a rookie?
I'm not gonna sit here and remember. I remember a fucking 2000.
Okay, and that's the point. Is that Tom Brady didn't have nothing on offense. That offense was trash. Kevin Falk was a terrible running back. You know what I'm saying? And he's got like Deion Branch. He's gone through times with Deion Branch, his receiver. He's had some.
And guess what? He did that his entire season because that system allows it. Only thing he's been doing the entire season, plug and play, and that has to do with a lot, G.
But
and that's not just Tom Brady. That's fucking Bill Belichick. But that system was in place when Tom Brady got there.
Bill Belichick wasn't putting the money on the ball, or putting the ball on the money. Bill Belichick ain't thrown not one completion. So you can't. The
system was there when Tom Brady got there. That's exactly how he.
Then how come the same system? How come that same system had a losing record with Drew Bledsoe before Tom Brady got there? And Drew Bledsoe was a Super Bowl quarterback.
So went to the Super Bowl with fucking Patriots, bro. What are you talking about? A losing record?
What? Bill Belichick didn't coach that team. Bill Belichick had just got to the Patriots. He turned that Jets job down, and you're talking about Bill Parcells was the coach when they went to the Super Bowl with Drew Bledsoe.
But he was a Super Bowl quarterback.
Drew Bledsoe was. So what I'm saying is,
I thought that was Belichick's system. My bad.
So in Belichick's system, Drew Bledsoe, who was a good quarterback, he was a good quarterback at that point in time. Nobody can say Drew Bledsoe wasn't a good quarterback at that point in time in his career, but he couldn't get it done. Tom Brady came in and did.
He ran his prime though.
Nah, because he went to Dallas after that, and he did all right in Dallas.
No, he did not. Don't give me that,
bro. That was like 4 or 5 years out of his prime. He did all right in Dallas.
That's why I said he was out of his prime when he played for.
He took us to the playoffs. He took us to the playoffs. Drew Bledsoe was all right for us. He was better than the Quincy Carters and the Chad Hutchinsons and the Vinny Testaverdes. That's the reason he was okay, because you had them motherfuckers. Yeah, we had some bad quarterbacks for a while.
But back to like he didn't dominate. That's my thing. He didn't dominate because if it wasn't because he scored what 14, 17 that game?
20. I think I was 20-19. I think it was 20 to 19.
17-20. It was something. It was a low scoring game. And then the next year he played Carolina, and Carolina kicked the ball out of bounds and he motherfucking got another Vinatieri field goal, 39-22, 29-32, something like that. Remember that score was the worst day of my life. I was cheering for the Panthers. But he didn't. I just can't say he dominated like LeBron did. I mean, anywhere that dude went, he was a fucking champion.
So, Jay, what's your thoughts?
On what, man? Y'all cover so much.
on who's more dominant? Who has a more dominant career, Tom Brady or LeBron James?
A more dominant career. I mean, I think you have to say LeBron just off fucking 10, you know, but I don't know. Well, yeah, no, I would go with LeBron. I would go LeBron because he's been pretty much number one, or I mean, damn, he's been top 3 his whole fucking career. Even when he missed the playoffs, he's still top 3 player in the league. And what is he on year 17? 17 years straight, still going strong, still got probably 3, 4, maybe 5 more, you know. And it's like we've seen Brady fall off sometimes and come back and fall off. Like Brady, I don't know. I hate these debates because it kind of sounds like you're dissing one.
Yeah, but it's really you not.
It's just like if like ain't nobody fucking with LeBron ever, and that's pretty much what it's been for the last 17 years. I mean, shit, people got kids younger than that. They only know LeBron, you know.
Right.
And then Brady's been dominant too for all the time, but we've seen our ups and downs with Brady. And I still would put Brady as the greatest quarterback of all time. And I guess if you're gonna put them all, if you're gonna somehow try to debate the great all the GOATs, I think that I would probably put LeBron over Brady, but it would be close.
I want to see how Brady finished in Tampa Bay, even though it's not going to be fair because he's 43 years old.
He's 43 or 42
it's really old. It's not really fair, but I wish he would have did it a little earlier. I knew it was always going to happen. I just wish he would have did it a little earlier, that breakup.
And you can see it for real.
Before I could have seen it for real. But he's already got 4 picks, and that's half of what he had last year. It's been in game 5, and we got like 2 pick sixes.
Yeah, one of them was straight off Mike Evans' fault though. Like that first game, that first interception that he threw, that was Mike Evans' fault for not finishing the route.
Yeah, I mean they had to.
That's what Bruce Arians said. That ain't what Bruce Arians said the first time. That was Brady's fault.
Atlanta is getting stomped right now. You need
time to gel with your players. Like if he stays there for that second year, because it's a 2-year deal, right? Like second next year is when you'll actually see how good they can be.
I think he's going to be about done next year though. He'll be 44 years old, you know.
Yeah. Well, even he said a couple of weeks ago, he's like, we need about 5 games with the whole team there healthy for us to really gel. And it's like he's been missing Godwin the whole year, you know.
So I did all that talking, but I think they're even. And I know that's the unfair way to go, but I literally think that they are even. And you know what I'm saying? If I had to pick, I would say that they both go hand in hand. Because Tom Brady,
you know what happened?
Because Tom Brady's got his 6 Super Bowls. Tom Brady's got the same amount of MVPs. You know, Tom Brady never really had no time when we called him a choker. All right, guys. So you see that we had to switch it back up. Jay and Ricky be fighting and stuff in the middle of the podcast, so we be having to switch them around. They don't like the positioning and all that bullshit. We got a special guest to the podcast today, Tyson. Say what up to the people, Tyson. Tyson's here to give his opinion on Tom Brady and LeBron James. But not what I was.
It's like they didn't give a single fuck about that shout out.
Right. But what I was going to say was the thing about the difference between Brady and LeBron is that you don't remember a time when Brady just flat out choked, but you remember like times like Dallas, or you remember times like San Antonio the first time when he just didn't put his normal performance up and he didn't show up for the whole series. Not saying that I think that LeBron is this huge choker throughout his whole career, because there's been times he gets bad credit. Like when people say he gave up against Boston, dude put up a triple-double. He put up like 36, like 12, and like 13 or something like that. So sometimes people have said LeBron gave up when he didn't. Or like Orlando. Dude, he was going off in Orlando. He just couldn't defend everybody. So I'm not going to hold all those losses against LeBron, but some of the critical losses that LeBron has, Brady doesn't have, and that's why he has 6 Super Bowl championships, and he has 9 Super Bowl appearances in the NFL, which is harder to make it to the Super Bowl than it is in the NBA. And granted, there's been times where the NFC may be harder than the AFC or whatever. Pittsburgh's always been a good team. You know, Indianapolis was always a good team. Denver was a good football team. So in order for Tom Brady to make it to the Super Bowl, just to make it to the Super Bowl, he had to always go through the toughest teams just to make it to the Super Bowl. Maybe not in division every year, but in the playoffs.
He had a cupcake.
Right. But he always would beat, Ben Roethlisberger, or he had to play Baltimore, like when Baltimore was real good. He always played really, really strong teams in the playoffs. So, I mean, I give him about a draw. I give him about a draw.
I ain't say really, really strong teams. I say I get the Baltimores with the wacko flaccos, but
Pittsburgh,
you can call
the
them
Colts. They were the other Super Bowl winners.
I mean, they were good, decent teams, but I think that organization, the way that organization is ran, as we can see, you know what I'm saying, with a new quarterback, and they're still
Cam Newton's an MVP quarterback.
But come on, man. But he's did it with Matt Castle, G. He did it with Garoppolo. Why Garoppolo getting paid right now? He got benched. He did it with him. Bro, that system has been proven to win.
Garoppolo played like 2 or 3 games. You know what I'm saying? There's no film on him.
But I don't care about that, bro. He did it. Did he not?
But
every quarterback that came that way. Every quarterback came that way has gotten paid. Came through there has gotten paid.
Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah.
Tom Brady has been tried and true.
Yes, no doubt. No doubt. I'm not taking that from him, but what I'm saying is what I'm saying is it was Tom Brady. Tom Brady was nice, and he is considered the GOAT to some, and you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And I'm not taking that from him, but when I say dominance, he didn't do it alone. Like Tom Brady needed Bill Belichick's defense a lot.
Okay, and
a lot of those times he didn't score. He wasn't putting up numbers like that for real.
He was putting up numbers. Well, maybe
back then. I'm talking about back then.
But it's been.
I ain't talking about he dominated when he was throwing up 400 yards.
But
I ain't talking about
that. It's been 13, 14 years since Tom Brady's been putting up those numbers, though. So you have to go all the way back to 2000, 2001, 2002.
It's been 17 since LeBron been putting up those numbers, and he's only getting better.
His rookie year, his first 2 years, rookie year, he wasn't putting up those numbers. He started putting up better. He shouldn't even have been rookie of the year. Carmelo should have been rookie of the year. If we remember, Carmelo turned Denver around and went to the playoffs.
Dwayne Wade, when the guy hurt, he should have.
No, I'm saying
he had a hell of a season.
I'm saying you're talking about Brady needed Belichick's help, but LeBron, in order for him to win his chips and do his thing, he needed Wade. He needed Bosh. He needed Kyrie. He needed Kevin Love. He needed Anthony Davis. In order for him to win and be dominant, he needed those players. Without his help that he got, he may not have got a help at coach, but just like somebody, they're getting help somewhere. So LeBron didn't necessarily get help with the best coach, just like Tom Brady didn't necessarily get help with the best offensive weapons. You know what I'm saying? So it goes hand in hand.
That's a good trade-off.
Yeah, well, kind of.
I'm saying what you're saying. That's a good trade-off. I give you that.
So that's the way I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the whole picture. And that's why I say I think they're hand in hand, because they both had to deal with difficult situations. Like, has LeBron had to play without great players on his team? Yes. Did he win without great players on his team? No, he didn't. But he still dominated. He still held it down. Has Tom Brady played without great offensive weapons? Yes. Has Tom Brady still been winning Super Bowls with Julian Edelman, who drops 1,000,000 footballs? You know what I'm saying? He still held it down.
He off his roids, bro.
Edelman, man.
He off his roids.
You like how he caught a stray?
He off his roids. When he get back on his roids, he catch everything.
Right.
I mean, he was still dropping hella passes last year, so it don't matter.
But that's when they got caught. That's when he had to get off on him.
Right. His strong hands, he used to when he was on the roids, he made his hands move quick. I need to catch the ball.
He's a little dude, so he got them little hands, so he got some strength in him.
Oh, it's funny.
But whoever that dude was, he's a complete. He's not that smart.
Oh, that's your boy.
Not that smart.
So, do we think Anthony Davis is staying in LA, or is he coming to Chicago? He's coming home.
Can we wait, hold on. Because I was gonna say, you guys realize what happened? So, do you realize what happened, Ricky?
What happened?
What happened? CJ saw that conversation on the group earlier, and he wanted some smoke, and then he was like, I'm gonna wait for the podcast. He's like, I'm gonna give it to him live.
No, I just brought it. I brought it up because it was a heater of a topic. I wasn't really. See, with my opinion, I'm not really disagreeing with Ricky, and I'm not really disagreeing with the other guy, even though the other guy's an idiot. You know what I'm saying? I kind of agree with both of them in certain points. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me stop that. I don't know this man, but let me. I agree with a lot of the points that both of them brought to the table, and I just felt like I don't think the conversation it was just a wild conversation because the other dude took it to a wild conversation. Like Ricky was talking and the dude was like, you don't know nothing about sports. And you know how people get, you ain't never watched LeBron. You ain't never watched Tom Brady. Bro, I'm 40 years old. I've been watching Tom Brady play since 2000. I know who Tom Brady is. I'm fully, all his games come on TV every week. LeBron James, I'm a huge basketball fan. Of course I know who LeBron James is, but I hate when people talk to you like,
sure, you know who LeBron James is, man.
Well, when you're old, I hate when people were younger and you hit you with that. Well,
I'm talking Sprite commercials. You know LeBron from the Sprite commercials, man.
Do you know LeBron from the LeBron James? LeBron. Right.
LeBron James. Are you watching Space Jam?
Yeah, of course I'm watching Space Jam. Of course.
I'm just throwing it.
I know. It seems like
watch it just to say it's not better than Space Jam 1. Jordan did a better job acting. He gonna watch it just to say shit like Jordan acted way better than LeBron in that one.
I hate how like sometimes because obviously Jordan's my favorite player. I get the stigma of being a LeBron hater when actually I'm a huge LeBron fan. LeBron's one of my favorite players to ever play the game, and I always stick up for him.
LeBron's not even my favorite player.
He's not
even my favorite player.
He's
like
one of them.
That's the crazy part. People be like, "You just a LeBron. You one of them Bron stands, blah blah blah." I'm like, I'm a Kobe fan, motherfucker.
Like I go hard for LeBron in every conversation except for the Jordan versus LeBron conversation. Like we're not going to sit up and debate and somebody be like, "Oh well." No disrespect to my man Bird, because I think he's in my top 5, but you're not going to sit up and have a conversation with me and be like, Larry Bird's the best small forward of all time. I ain't going to let that go down. And I got Larry Bird as my 4th best player of all time. 4th best,
we need that top 5.
You're not going to sit up here and be like, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is better than LeBron James with me. Not having that conversation because I'll kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I sincerely think LeBron's the 2nd best player, and I go hard for him. I just feel like Jordan's the GOAT,
We need that top 5, though.
My top 5 players of all time?
Your top 5 small forwards.
My all-time top 5 small forwards would have to be LeBron James, Larry Bird, Dr. J, Kevin Durant.
I was about to say you tripping.
And Scottie Pippen. I really think that Dominique Wilkins was a better basketball player.
Didn't Michael Jordan play small forward Didn't Jordan play forward at the Wizards?
Yeah, but he played both. He played both. I mean, I think that Dominique Wilkins was a better player than Scottie Pippen, but Scottie Pippen just played with Jordan and won 6 rings. So, and he's my 2nd favorite player of all time. So I put him in my
Jordan
top 5.
6-0. I mean, Pippen 6-0 too, right?
How many Finals MVPs? How many regular season MVPs?
He's 6-0 though, right?
Right.
So he's better than LeBron.
I didn't say that. That's not my argument.
That's a lot of people arguing. That's the only thing I hear is 6-0.
That's not my argument. We've had this debate, man. And we're not doing this.
I'm just saying a lot of people say Jordan who's 6-0.
Well, that's stupid because Robert Horry's 7-0. You know what I'm saying?
He better than Jordan.
Robert Horry in the building? What?
Right. Robert Horry's 7-0.
Shot Bob.
Derek Fisher 5-0. Is he better than LeBron? No. And I will slap you. No, Derek, I guess he's 4-0. No, Fisher, yeah, he's it doesn't matter. But you get it, There's players out here. What's up? Tyson's back for some more work. He said I'm about to bring that heat today.
That's what he's saying. You know what he's saying? He's like, can y'all give the Lakers some credit for the championship? Like y'all talk about everything about
he ain't got his
winning the championship.
He ain't got his Lakers jersey on today.
I did. I guess I said in spirit of. We could talk about the Lakers for a second. I was kind of trying to pull it in with Anthony Davis, and you just skip back to some other stuff. You're the one who kind of
top 5 small forwards.
Right.
He said it's top 5.
Wait. What's your top 5 small forwards of all time, Jay?
I don't have a top 5 small forward list just because I don't watch that much basketball.
What a crock of shit!
Good list like that.
What a crock of shit! This dude. What about you? What about you, Ricky?
LeBron, KD, Bird. I mean, I just gotta put Dr. J in there just because it's Dr. J, and probably Wilt, Dominique.
Yo, I like
You just swapped out Pippen for Dominique.
I hate when people,
I'm not a big Pippen fan.
I mean, Pippen's my guy, you know. I'm a Bulls fan. I'm supposed to say Pippen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. I was born in Illinois. So people always sleep on Dr. J though. But Dr. J put up some outstanding numbers. You know what I'm saying? He defensively, offensively.
It's his era. Just he was a Michael Jordan of his era.
That's not a bad thing though.
But I feel like his game could translate though.
Yeah, me too.
Like I feel like that's one of those games that could play in any era.
Yeah, he was just big man and he had skill.
Good jump. The dude could. I mean, he had steals, he had blocks, he had assists, he had rebounds.
He was the biggest thing out there though. Like,
not in his era. In his era, there was centers and there was. He was a small forward, shooting guard, small forward. He could just jump out the gym.
Can I get Tracy McGrady as a small forward?
He could be a small forward or a shooting guard. He's still not my top 5.
He started off as a small, and then he went to he played both.
Yeah, he plays both.
So then I would take.
I'm taking T-Mac instead of Dominique Wilkins.
Yeah, there's my list. I'll take that same list. I need Tracy, man. That's my favorite player. I need Tracy on the squad, bro.
T-Mac is my 5th favorite player of all time, and I wouldn't put him in my top 5. He really is. I think I gave you guys my top 5 favorite players of all time. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Jordan, Pippen, Rose, Shaq, and T-Mac.
And then Jimmy Butler is coming.
Yeah, Yimmy. Yo, Yimmy held it down though. You can't lie. Yo,
he was gassed. Let's speak on my champion Lakers real quick. You know what I'm saying?
This man ain't wearing no jersey or nothing, bro. He ain't
You slacking.
I came from the gym. I came from the gym, got on the computer.
Washington ever win a championship, y'all gonna hate what I'm gonna wear.
I ain't gotta say nothing, man. I ain't gotta wear nothing because y'all know what it is.
I'm wearing every Washington thing I own.
Right.
My whole background to all Washington. Like I'm gonna buy a green screen just for that podcast.
Man. Yeah, I think they're gonna regroup next year. LeBron and AD. I think they're gonna. I don't believe they're gonna win it next year though. This is my opinion, my hypothesis. This is what I'm thinking. My guess.
Right,
I think that they're gonna. I think CP3 and Melo is gonna go to LA, and that shit is not gonna work.
How are they gonna afford CP3
and Melo?
Yeah, I mean they got the money. You remember they had the money to get another. You remember they were saving that money for Kawhi. They can get rid of all them.
Yeah, but CP3's contract is through the roof.
I think OKC is probably gonna buy him out.
I don't think so.
Because I don't think they want him. Billy Donovan gone. I don't think they want to keep him. I think they're gonna go in rebuilding mode.
The Bulls signed Billy Donovan.
Yeah, you know that.
Yeah. Why do you see I'm holding my head? You made me think about it all over again.
But yeah, I think they're gonna. And because LeBron, that was their goal. They want to all play together. Blah blah blah.
Pissed me off, man. You just ruined my day bringing up Billy Donovan's name.
But yeah, I think that's gonna happen, and I don't think they're gonna win anything. And I think the next year after that, they're gonna get one more.
I don't think
AD is gonna lead it.
I don't think that OKC buys out Chris Paul. Because just in my personal opinion, why do you buy out Chris Paul when he was the best player on your team this year and he took you to the playoffs? He carried you to like a 5th seed.
Right. Don't OKC got a lot of draft picks?
Yeah, they got a bunch of picks. Yeah, right now. But
they can go get some more.
They got a bunch of picks, but those picks ain't worth shit. I mean,
then CP3 old as shit. You think they want to try to keep him? CP3 gonna be there. He's gonna try to win every fucking game. I think
what I'm saying
trying to
is
rebuild.
They got draft picks, but the Clippers draft pick ain't worth shit. It's like the 26th pick in the draft. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, they didn't get good draft picks. I said they trade CP3. They can get more. CP3 ain't getting you a top 15 pick. He's just getting you another because he's old. Nobody's gonna trade their future for the.
You can get some kind picks for CP3 and get rid of him at the same time. That's the only thing I'm saying. I don't think OKC wants CP3 there, and I don't think CP3 wants to be in OKC.
I think
that's just my thought process, and I think that when two mutual people ain't want to be together, they get the fuck on away from each other.
See, I feel the opposite, and only because he played in OKC before, so he never came out and said he doesn't want to be in Oklahoma City. He never came out and said that. His team never said that. You got to remember when the Hurricane Katrina was going on and he played for the New Orleans, they played in Oklahoma City. So he'd already played in Oklahoma City before. He liked the city. And then teams were trying to get CP3. Remember Miami was trying to give up some of that young talent to get CP3, and OKC was like, "No, we're not coming off Chris Paul. We want to keep him." Like teams were interested in him and they were trying to make trades for him, but they wouldn't come off of him. He puts seats in the area. He fills seats and he wins games. And I don't think that Oklahoma City wanted to go to being a terrible team right away. I think that they just wanted to take that young talent, develop them, and stay a good unit. And that's what CP3 allows them to do.
We'll see. Only time will tell. But I know that post sounded like he was trying to get the hell on after they lost in the playoffs. We were on Twitter.
And we'll see. I don't think he gets to LA though, because I don't think that LA has anything that OKC wants. Like I'm not buying out. If I'm Oklahoma City, I'm not buying out Chris Paul because I gave up Russell Westbrook to get him. So if you buy out Chris Paul, that means you basically just gave up Russell Westbrook for nothing.
Yeah, pretty much. They ain't wanting them no more.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
What happens with Russ? You think he stays in Houston since you brought him up?
Russ might end up in Miami.
No, you ain't want that.
I'm not saying I want that. I'm just saying,
but you don't want that.
No, I don't.
Wouldn't want that.
I don't want that, man. I like
Jimmy. He's good where he's good where he's at because the situation. Like those young boys, they're gonna look up to him. They ain't gonna talk back. They're gonna like Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. They was talking back to this motherfucker, so he ain't like that shit. Same thing with with Cat now. He ain't like that shit.
You see what happens though when you got Jimmy and when you don't. You know, it's proven time and true. You know, Jimmy's not LeBron. I never said that he is. But I have been saying forever that Jimmy was the second best two-way player in the league since we were doing our podcast, just recording without the audio, without the visual.
Without the visual.
Yeah, without the visual. So, in my opinion, Jimmy's been the second best two-way player in the league for a long time. But Jimmy he's on the level of a player that, like LeBron, if he leaves, the team's going to fall apart. You know what I'm saying? We saw what happened in Chicago. We saw what happened in Minnesota. We saw what was happening in Philadelphia. If he left Minnesota or Miami today, Miami's not making it to the finals. They might make the playoffs, but they're not making the finals. You know, I just feel like
because he know how to ball. It's different when you just know how to play basketball.
Right.
And that's what Jimmy Butler do. He ain't no scorer. He
don't care.
You need from me,
Right.
you need from me, I'm finna take care of that. I'm a hooper, so. And that's why he is what he is. I like Jimmy, but second best, I don't know about all that.
Two-way player in the league, I think so.
Nah, I'll take Clay over.
Clay can't dribble.
He definitely looked like it in the finals.
He might be. I say he the first best. I'll take him and then Clay.
I got Kawhi as the top two-way player in the league.
Kawhi's been exposed.
I don't know about exposed.
Exposed.
He had a bad series.
The motherfucking pressure was on him. That's what it was. He ain't had no pressure on him ever.
Yeah, Paul
the last time he had pressure on him, he missed those free throws at the fucking line in San Antonio.
I mean, he had a bad series. I mean, I'm not saying I know. I don't.
Man, y'all better look at it, man. You better stop playing around. You better look at it. Last again when Toronto won it, that wasn't Kawhi.
It was mostly Kawhi. Kawhi was putting up 30, 12, and like 6 or something. And then Kawhi was the one locking up Giannis. And that was a lot of Kawhi.
He wasn't locking up. There was a lot of help defense, and you know that.
Yeah,
but a lot. And if it was on Van Vliet and doggone Siakam was motherfucking, they should have been the ones one fucking and fucking Lowry's about balling. It was times when that motherfucker was disappearing a lot in those fucking finals. People don't want to admit that.
Kawhi wasn't really disappearing though, man. When you're putting up 30, 12, and 9, when you're putting up more than your season average, you're not really disappearing, in my personal opinion. But guys, we're about at that time. We've been podding for a minute. So I guess it's that time. This week's This Ninja. So I'm going to start out my This Ninja with the Tennessee Titans, the Tennessee COVID-19s. How y'all still getting positive tests? You know what I'm saying? Like that kills me, man. Like, I think that the league should do something to where if your team gets a positive test and you have to miss a game, they shouldn't have to reschedule the game. Your team should have to forfeit, and your organization should have to pay the other team's players, because other team's players don't get paid if they don't play. So I feel like the team that is blatantly disrespecting the rules and disregarding the rules should have to pay the other team's salary for the week. Those are my thoughts.
And that being said, they're fucking 4-0 because they won last night. And then after the game, they were like, "Oh, everybody's mad at us, but look at us, we're 4-0."
Yeah, it's because y'all get to do whatever y'all want to. Y'all making these wonky ass schedules for everybody else.
They're like, "We haven't played in 12 days, but we're still 4-0. We're out here." Blah, blah, blah. Like, shut up. That was enough time for AJ Brown to get healthy, who scored a touchdown last night, because AJ Brown was hurt, and he played last night. I didn't even know he played. Like, somebody messaged me like, "Yo, AJ Brown just caught a deep ball." I was like, "He played? Like, what the fuck?" Last I saw, he was hurt, but I guess, hamstrings heal up in 12 days, I guess, when you ain't doing shit.
It'll get tweaked easily, though.
All right. Well, who's your This Ninja, Jay?
I'm gonna go with Melvin Gordon over here catching this DUI charge on his day off. The team doesn't play because of COVID. Broncos Patriots game gets pushed till next week, and then you run out and you catch a fucking DUI. Like, God dang, bro, what the fuck are you doing?
Right, get your life.
It's like all you had to do is just chill. Like, I guess, you're supposed to be playing, but I guess since you couldn't play, you went and got tipsy somewhere. And I don't understand fucking DUIs anyway, for the most part, because, like, call somebody. You got Ubers, you got
I don't want to
Lyft,
talk. I don't want to talk about DUIs. All right, man. Let's not talk about DUIs. That brings up a bad memory for me, man. I'm not willing to admit how many of those I have on air, but I used to have a drinking problem. I don't drink anymore for a reason. I used to have a drinking problem.
Uber exists back then.
They didn't have Uber back then.
Exactly.
And
that's
you wouldn't. Touche.
That's my point. There's people you can call now.
I haven't got
taxis. I had taxis.
Yeah, but taxis was like $45, $50 back then, man. You wouldn't spend $40.
Well, a lot of the times the team will provide it for you. Like, if you're an athlete, the team will provide.
I'm sure they will, especially if you're Melvin Gordon.
Right. Like, the owner gonna be like, "God damn it, let me get out of bed and go get this."
Right. Right. What about you, Ricky? What you got for This Ninja?
My This Ninja go out to all the haters that said my man LeBron James was coming to the LA Lakers to become the next Michael B. Jordan. And that's my boy Skip. Not Michael B. Jordan, not Jeffrey Jordan, Michael B. Jordan. So this goes out to all the haters that was hating on my man. We champions now back in LA. And this shit count. I don't care what y'all say about this bubble shit. It's the most even basketball we ever played, and we balled better than y'all.
For the people out there, y'all.
To the NBA
I'm gonna edit that out for the people out there. I'm gonna edit all that out, so you're just gonna see me right here saying I edited that last scene out, because don't nobody want to hear that. We ain't got time for all that.
Oh, I got one more though. This funny. I'm gonna give another one to goddamn Quinn Cook for getting left at the arena after he just won a championship.
That's how you know you don't matter. Yo, how come before they even got to interview, J.R. Smith had his shirt off? You know what I'm saying? Like, J.R. Smith going J.R.
was already had shirt
J.R.
off.
Smith going J.R. Smith. That's what he gonna do already.
Celebrating like he hit the big bucket. They ain't been in the game yet. I ain't see the finals.
Did you see Jared Dudley?
Yeah, is there a better
the big three?
Name a better big three than this? Oh man,
that's great. But again, though, shouts out to the NBA for making that work damn near perfectly.
Perfect. Yo, that dude, Adam boy, he the man. He got this this professional league thing down pat.
The NFL wanted to hire him for a reason. Don't forget, the NFL owners reached out to him and they tried to fire Goodell so they could hire Adam Silver. and the best commissioner of all sports said no. So,
Nacho, he killing 0 coronaviruses
right
in the bubble.
Man, dude's getting kicked out. Oh, you fucked the nurse? Bye.
Bye, Felicia. You wanted chicken wings at the TB? 2 weeks in quarantine. 2 weeks of quarantine.
Risking too much. You're risking too much. Get him out of here. Can we get him to manage the Titans for the rest of the season?
Right.
Just the Titans?
Why is the Titans like the only one catching this shit?
I mean, the same thing happened in baseball where it was like that one team got hit hard and then everybody else like, what the fuck? But then baseball didn't fix their shit too. So
Nick Saban just got it.
Shout out to everybody that freaking 3 months ago was screaming there wasn't going to be a season. Like, shut your stupid ass up. People gonna get their money.
Yeah, you know who you are.
Find ways to get their money.
Did you hear me though, Jay? Nick Saban got corona.
Yeah, I saw that today.
Yeah.
In the athletic director.
All right, guys. That's what we got for you guys today. Signing off from my guy Hijacked Gaming.
Oh shit, he said hijack. Oh, bam.
Signing out from my guy Ricky, aka Chocolate Drop.
No, I'm not doing that.
Make sure you guys
whoop
check
your
out
ass. Next time I see him, whoop your ass.
Make sure you guys check out the lounge. The description will be in the link down below. Make sure you like the page. We got merch. We out here.
There's new merch too. There's new merch. I updated the merch stores.
Okay, thanks for
Go
that.
James.
Appreciate the time today, guys. We'll catch you guys in the next one.
Go James. Go
Peace.
James. Go
Peace.
James. Go James. Go James.
Peace. I had to mute Ricky to say peace. This nigga wouldn't let me get my piece off.
That's the last word off.
Right, fucking jerk. I'm calling you Chocolate Drop every time from now on.
I'm gonna beat you up when I see you next time.
We're gonna fight. I can fight, dog. Just because I'm skinny, I mean I can't fight.
Somebody have a camera.